guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So in today's video, as you guys saw by the title, we're going to be talking about fragrances that I have actually realistically been wearing this fall slash winter now at this point, this cuffing season, whatever you guys want to call it. This year also I didn't do a top 10, top whatever, anything for fall, but these are the perfumes that I have been wearing also for fall and now entering winter. I do live in Florida, keep that in mind. So our season doesn't change, you know, as it does in other places. It has been getting a little bit cooler, but not as cool enough to bring out the heavy hitters and stuff. So eventually I'm assuming that I'm going to do another video for heavy hitters. I'm probably gonna come up with the next couple of weeks. Temperature wise, I would say that it's in the low 70s, high 60s for now. I mean, this is what I'm wearing right now, you know, so it's not too cold at all outside. Like the sun is pretty much out right now. So starting in no particular order. Am I gonna do order? No. I'm gonna leave the best for last, like the one that I have been using nonstop. So the first one here is Angel Muse, the EDT version. I still haven't gotten rid of the other one, but they're pretty much the same. This one just has a brighter like passion fruit note in it, and since I live in Florida, I figured this is the one that's the best for me because I still get that chocolate from the original Angel Muse, but I still have like a slight ting going on, you know what I mean, like a brightness, I guess you could say. So it's still great for the weather that I have here. But also, this is what I've been gravitating towards. Crazy as it seems, I feel like it calms me down, and especially when I'm feeling anxious, it just grounds me. It's a herbal perfume. The patch in here for me is very tea-like. Something about it is very soothing to me, and also the patch in here with the sweetness of this perfume is very reminiscent of La Vie Belle, especially sillage-wise. There has been multiple times where someone is wearing Angel Muse, and I would like to say I have a pretty good nose. At this point, I would like to say I have a good nose. And a lot of the times I can guess what someone is wearing, but I would say that La Vie Belle and Angel Muse is one that I do get mixed up quite a bit. So I've been craving buying La Vie Belle once again into my collection for quite some time. But this is one that kind of satisfies my craving for that, just because the sweetness in the patch is very, very similar. So Angel Muse, the EDT, is one that I've been wearing. Another one that I have been wearing a lot is just because it's a work perfume, and it's Manifesto. Now this is the one, the original. The one that I have been really wearing a lot is the L'Eclat version. I'm actually gonna get rid of this one. The difference between the two is very subtle. If you're not a perfume crazy head like myself and like many others that are watching probably this video, I would like to say that, you know, just for a regular person, you're probably not gonna notice the differences. Very subtle differences. However, the original, I would say that it's more subtle, more soft. Still great nevertheless. Like if you have this, do not run out and get L'Eclat. But since I have both, I have noticed that I definitely gravitate more towards the L'Eclat. I actually was gonna get rid of L'Eclat and keep the original just because I was like obsessed with the original. But since I have the L'Eclat at work, I have gotten to know it a lot more, and I do notice the differences. So the differences is pretty much that the L'Eclat, I would say, is a little bit more potent. Greenness in that perfume is a little bit more fresher, a little bit more crisp than the greenness in the original, and the L'Eclat has a vanilla that is a lot more rich and hence makes it a little bit more potent. I feel like it lasts a little bit longer too, and definitely like in the first few couple of hours, like it projects very well. And it just smells so good. They're both very comforting, casual perfumes, very classy, very office friendly, especially if you're a signature kind of girl. I highly recommend Manifesto just in general. So this is another one that I have been wearing a lot. Talking about work perfumes, this is a hidden gem. As you guys know, I declutter, like I like to keep a semi-curated collection, so I declutter anything that I don't use, I don't see a purpose. This is one that always, no matter how much shit people talk about it, like it's boring or basic or whatever the case might be, I always keep it in my collection, and this is Azzaro Wanted Girl. I love this perfume. It smells so good, and this to me, once again, like Manifesto or just I want to say like classic perfumes, another great like office perfume, a great signature scent. What I like most about it though is a lot of classic perfumes lean more on the floral end, or they lean very floral, fruity, clean, you know, like not to put perfumes in a box, like for example Idole, which is another great perfume, but you know, it leans towards those type of fragrances, like clean, fresh, fruity, you know, like that. Mon Paris, Versace Dylan Blue, all those are perfumes that I like, but they fall into a category. And this is one that I really enjoy because of its softness. I think it's a very feminine, classy perfume. It has a very soft, feminine touch, and it's a floral gourmand. I like the aspect that is sweet and powder. I would categorize it similar to Narciso Poudre, also another like it girl perfume, like very soft, pretty, feminine, soft around the edges kind of perfume. I want to add as well that my friend recently, I'll link the video above, she came here and we did a video together where she sniffed my perfumes, and this is one that I didn't really think she would care for it because she likes more sexy perfumes, but this has a very feminine sexiness, sex appeal to it. Not raunchy, not dirty, just very like grounded, I would like to say. And she recently bought it and she like texted me a picture how she was so excited when it arrived. But yeah, this is a really good hidden gem, I would like to say. If I can say so myself. Right, another one that I haven't been wearing too much because it hasn't been that cold here, but I have been taking advantage of it, especially during the nighttime when I go to like the church meetings and stuff and I have like a fluffy sweater. And this is Replica by the Fireplace. This is one that, believe it or not, I don't mind wearing, like especially if you go to like a bar during the nighttime in the spring and even summer. Like, I don't discriminate, but especially during this time, it smells like what it says. It says fragrance description, burning wood and chestnut, and that's what it smells. Everyone says that, and it's very true. It smells like you're by the fireplace. It's crackling and it just smells like sweet of something. So most people say marshmallows. This is a perfume that you really don't want it to be loud because then it can get obnoxious. People could definitely still smell it, especially in the wind. I wore this last year to our Thanksgiving like church brunch or whatever, and I had like a white turtleneck. I want to say that I was like approximate distance like this. We're about to hug, and the person before she hugged me was like, wow, you smell so good. And then I hugged her, she's like, yeah, it was you. And I was very surprised because this girl, like, I didn't think she would be into like unisex perfumes. She's a very like girly girl, whatever. So I think what she was smelling was the vanilla in it. The first couple of sprays are pretty harsh, I would like to say. I think once you get used to the perfume and you really enjoy it, you don't notice it anymore. But I do want to mention that the very first time that I smelled this, I was like, why would anyone want to smell like burning fire? Like, that's literally what it smelled like to me, like burning trees, fire. But the lingering vanilla in this perfume is absolutely art. I'm going to Orlando to Disney, and this is definitely a perfume that I'm gonna be taking. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me like around the holiday times and bonfires and all that stuff. So y'all know I love me my date night combos. This is a combo that I have been recently wearing a lot, and this is the new La Belle, Parfums, and Good Girl. So I did have the original, but I got rid of it just because I prefer the Le Parfum version. I prefer it because I think this one is a lot more sexy. The vetiver and other combinations in the other perfume in the original one make it a little bit more mature. Yes, still sweet, but still leans a little bit more office friendly. And this one definitely for me is more like date night, you know, just more upbeat or whatever. And it has a little bit like of a candy bubblegumminess to it as well. So I like to pair it with Good Girl because Good Girl. I like to pair it with Good Girl because Good Girl, I'm sure like most of you guys know at this point, it's just a very sexy date night perfume. Like, hello, look at the shoe. Especially the original. In the end, it has a slight, I don't want to say stench, but a cologne-y smell to it. I won't say that it's my favorite, especially in the dry down. And La Belle, since it's sweet and flirty and girly, it tones that down 100%. And it keeps the sexiness from Good Girl, but it adds that extra candy, girly sweetness from La Belle. And together, combination, amazing. I wouldn't say that it's a combination or a mixture between, like at the end of the night, between the girl's fragrance and the guy's fragrance, and together it just makes a sexy bomb. It smells super good, very long lasting, as most combinations are. That's why I love to layer perfumes. You smell unique, you smell different. You might smell like a hint of what someone knows, you know what I mean? But they can't get it completely right just because it's not just that one particular fragrance. You know, there's like, kind of smells like that, but there's something else to it, you know what I mean? So very mysterious, and it also lasts all night. That's another reason why I love this combo. They're both like very long lasting on its own, so together it's obviously a powerhouse. I hate how, okay, let me address this. So I throw my perfumes now. I obviously didn't throw them before because I used to sit right in front of the window and there was a dresser, so I would just, you know, pick up my bottle, show them. That's why I was so close, because that's just the position that was the best for me, right? Okay. Now I don't sit in front of a window. I don't live there anymore. Now this is the most comfortable for me. I sit right in front of my bed. I have nothing in my bed, so I throw my perfumes. Ever since I started doing that, I generally did not think anything of it. It's just what's comfortable for me. But apparently people have trademarked throwing perfumes, and everyone's like, you're trying to be like Mila. No one trademarks a throwing of perfume. Like, and I already know me saying this is gonna bring controversy into the video, and it's just like, I just don't understand. It's throwing a perfume. Like, since when did someone invent throwing a perfume? Or you realize that a lot of people also throw stuff, right? You know, like, that's not the only person that throws stuff, and they probably just cut it out. And this particular person just decided to keep it in, so now it's like trademarked into them. You know what I mean? It's like, is it really that serious? Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. Like, I'm not gonna get up and place it there just so I don't get stupid comments like that, or just so someone doesn't perceive it the way, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm just not doing all that. Anywho, another combination. This is a combination that I have mentioned in my layering videos. You guys really like that one, so I'm definitely gonna do another video because of course I have more layering combos. Hello, it's me, I'm a layering queen. This is one that I still have been wearing, so I have to show. And C Fiori with Tom Ford Noir Parfum. As most of you guys know, this has been described as a cheesy. I can't get over it, like, ever. Till this day, I cannot believe I did not like this before. This is one of the sexiest, like, woman empowering perfumes in my collection that I've ever smelled, really. There's nothing like it. Like, one of the most unique perfumes ever. So anyways, it has been described a lot as a spicy cheesecake. It's creamy, it's spicy. And yes, there's still that like leathery Tom Ford accord that all of his perfumes have, in my opinion, but the creaminess and the sweetness in this perfume just tones that down, like, and layered with C Fiori, I would say that C Fiori kind of tones down the leather accord in it and just makes it even more creamy, even more sweet. So it went from a like a vanilla spicy cheesecake to a berries spicy cheesecake. Pretty much what it is. Now, I appreciate this perfume on its own, to be honest with you guys, but I just like creating combos. But I know not everyone is like me, and if I particularly don't like one fragrance, it's gotta go. Like, I don't care that it works with another one. I know that I'm not gonna use you on its own, so you have to go, and that's how I declutter a lot of the times. Now, I know everyone's not like that. You know, you're a little bit more attached to your fragrances or whatever, which is okay. So if you like this perfume but you're not 100% sure about it or whatever, if you have C Fiori, layer it together. Or if you have another creamy vanilla perfume, especially that leans on the flirty, girly, because this is a very girly, feminine perfume, layer it with this one and chef's kiss. It's so, so, so good. Thank me later. And last but not least, we're gonna talk about the one perfume that I have been using as soon as I hit fall, non-stop, to date. I love this perfume, and I love it more than I used to love it before. YSL Libre. Now, I want to say that even though the lavender is what made this perfume YSL Libre, which is why I prefer this one over the Intense, because I want to say that the lavender in this is more amplified than the original. Well, now for me, I would say that it's actually the orange blossom that's more amplified in this perfume. Like, the longer that it has sit there, not only is it getting slightly more darker because the vanilla has amplified, but the vanilla has amplified. I can smell the vanilla a lot more, and I want to say that it has gotten a lot more rich. I still prefer this one though, even though, you know, the lavender, yes, is still there, but it's not as amplified, but I still prefer this one just because I want to say that it's more fresh. It still has that invigorating freshness about it, and that's what I prefer the most about it. I have a lot of creamy perfumes. I have a lot of subtle, soft, whatever, you know, winter perfumes or whatever the case might be. So I still love the freshness of this. I feel like the freshness and the invigoratingness of this and the crispiness of this perfume is what makes it so sexy and very bossy, because it keeps that persona. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I don't want it to be soft. I still want it to be fresh. And I still want it to be bossy and like CEO status. And that's what I love most about it. So I have been loving this like crazy. I also have been wearing it a lot to go to sleep. Now, I don't wear a lot because this is a perfume, like I said, it got stronger. So with it being stronger, it lasts more, it projects more, it leaves a trail, all that stuff. So I don't want it to be intoxicating, but I like to spray just 2. And I wake up smelling so good, so clean, so fresh. And I love the fact that it's not a soapy freshness. It still has that vanillic sweetness to it. So this is like what a woman should smell like, in my opinion. Like, I love it so much. And this is a great time to actually really get most of these perfumes because of the holiday season. A lot of them are running like great sales and all that stuff. So that's pretty much what I have been wearing this cuffing season / fall, winter, all that. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And with that being said, if you guys have any comments, questions, and concerns, leave it down below. And as always, I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful and blessed day. And I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.